family. My name is Heavenly Joy, and you are in the sacred space of heavenly, truly heavenly joy. And I'm grateful to have you here today. I wanted to talk a little bit about meditation. I gave you some tips in some of the past videos on how to decharge negative energy, but I also want to talk about the fact that some people begin to meditate, and I can even remember in my beginning practice, you begin to meditate and you think, I can't sit here too long, my mind is running to other things, meditation is not my thing. And as I was sitting here this morning reading the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, I was reading book 3 and the first sutra, and it reminded me how difficult the beginning is. That we tend to think, and we hear other people say it too, like, oh, it's just meditation, it's not my thing, my mind is too busy, I just can't seem to get it. And something that was said that was very, very important that I wanted to share with you was that just like how when we first learn how to cook, we burn food, we burn our fingers, there's a lot of practice before we become really great at cooking. And just how if we are learning a sport, whether it be soccer or basketball, football, baseball, right? We might not make any hoops. We may not score any goals. We may not hit one ball, but we keep practicing. And through a diligent, consistent practice, over time, one day we hit the ball. One day we make the hoop, one day we score the goal. And then some days we don't. And then some days we get close, but we don't quite get it. And that's the practice of meditation. It's a continual practice. There are some days I sit in meditation. Last night I did 40 minutes, 20 minutes. Let's see, I'm gonna tell you, it was 12, the first 12 minutes were like butter. Easy, I was there. And then I had a vision of, which I get visions, so I'm very grateful for that. Sometimes though, my mind will take me there though, right? So I had a vision of, and I can even tell you what it was. It was a apple tree blossom. Very good vision to have. But what happened? My mind for a moment started to go, well, what does it mean? And, okay, so this is what I have to battle through. So it's not, I still stayed on the apple tree, but what was I supposed to be doing? Just meditating. And the thing is, what I learned now is just don't fight it. So even when my mind started to do that, I just finally, after a couple minutes, it said, oh, okay, I'm concentrating too much. Just let it happen. And then it happened. And then I remember, next thing you know, I was just coming out of the meditation, and it was 40 minutes. So understand that even myself, I've been practicing meditation since 2013. When I moved to the Virgin Islands is when I really got consistent. When I met Chanel Haney, when I found my Swami Sri Kaleshwar, that's when my practice became consistent. And for those of you who follow me, you know that I explain and I share with you that I lost my practice at least for a month. It could have been a little bit more, of diligently practicing 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, every single day. That allows the mind to slow down, so that even when I engage with you, that I am more present in this experience with you, because the camera is here, but I'm doing all that I can to really connect to you heart to heart. And there's traffic, and there's helicopters, and there's people, and so I am able to have more of a consistent heart-to-heart experience with you through the practice of meditation. Even when I sit with people and have a conversation with them, there was a time where someone was saying, we talk, right? And they say, what did you just say? And I go, I don't know. It was out so fast, it was gone. And not that I don't do it still. However, I'm able to slow down most of the time, not all the time, enough to remember what I said prior. And so it's all a practice with slowing down the waves of the brain from being like this. The mind is like, you know, we're going through so much, right? To where it's more even kill. And that's what we want to develop. It helps us to show up better at work. It helps us to be more patient with our children, with our husbands and wives, our sisters, our brothers. It just helps us overall. Road rage, even you could see that our ability to handle the strenuous drive from here to there becomes less strenuous. You go ahead, let them in, you know. It becomes less about you, and you start to see more pieces of the puzzle. Because honestly, the experience of life is like a grand puzzle. And if you can see how the pieces fit, you're less likely to feel stressed and affected by it, because you know it's not happening to you, but perhaps it's happening for you. So the slowing down to get somewhere, you now think of it like, oh, okay, God, perhaps you're protecting me for something, or perhaps there's someone I need to meet. Perhaps there's someone that needs to see me. Perhaps there's something I need to see. Oh, why am I slowing down? Is there something? So you go more in, you know, and now you're asking internal questions, which is what we should, in my humble opinion, really and truly, like, we can't change the world from the outside in. We change the world from the inside out. So if we bring everything back to us and really concentrate on who we are, what is the lesson here, how can we become better, how can we show up better, how can we listen better, those things help. And even in that, seeing our own growth. How am I doing? Oh, better. Good. Keep going, you know. So I want to encourage those who are beginning the practice of meditation, or maybe you started and you stopped. One of the hardest things to do is to start again. I know, because I've experienced that. Just keep going. Just show up every day the best way you can as your best self. That's all you can do. So keep going. No matter if it's just a couple minutes or it's a longer time, be patient with yourself. Continue to seek the divine of your own understanding. Continue to read the scriptures and the books that are going to help us to become better people. And I just wish you the best on this journey. I'm with you. I'm in the experience with you. That's the reason why I do these videos, so that you know that I'm in this experience with you. Know that I love you from the depth of my being. And I send out heart energy to all of those who need some support at this time. We're entering the harvest moon tomorrow. And so you're going to see, if you haven't felt the heaviness, the heavy energy, there is an amazing shift that is happening. Just know that you've put down a lot of work over the summer, over even the spring, and that now you're going to be able to enjoy your bounty. And I'm just sending you out the most amazing heart love possible. And namaste, family. Truly, truly. Blessings.